Tonight at Up Close Primetime, a look at the NBA's elite. The Lakers' Shaquille O'Neal, the Pistons' Grant Hill, and the Rockets' Charles Barkley and Hakeem Olajuwon, as the NBA is halfway through its 50th season. Hi everybody, I'm Roy Firestone, and this is Up Close Primetime. The NBA is 50 years old, and this weekend they celebrated with stars of yesterday and today in the All-Star Game. Well, tonight we promise you a collection of the NBA's most visible and most valuable players, like Grant Hill, perhaps the most popular young player in the game, on his growing pains. Hakeem Olajuwon and Charles Barkley in a revealing and rare interview together, talking about their differences and their commonalities. But first, you didn't see him play in the game today because he's nursing a strained knee, but he is the most compelling big man the game has seen in decades. Talking to us from the House of Blues, the world is Shaquille O'Neal. He's still a month shy of his 25th birthday. Already, he signed to play basketball for $120 million. Starred in 2 full-length motion pictures with a third on the way, earned an Olympic gold medal, and this year he's been nominated for a Grammy. And yet, he's a guy who still plays the lottery every week as if it was all a dream.
Is it all coming true, or like a big dream?
Believe it or not, it is. When I was young, sitting in the room, my father, he always told me, he said, look, take this ball, sleep with it. Don't take it to school because you get in trouble. After school, you come home, you dribble with it, and you dream. And I used to go to the park by myself, and I was always Dr. J. And whatever he did, I tried to do. And then,
Dr. J?
Yeah, and then, in the later years, I was Magic Johnson. And then as I got older in my teenage years, I was Michael Jordan. And then, when I was 16 or 17, I was David Robinson.
The Orlando Magic selects Shaquille O'Neal from Louisiana State University.
He was 20 years old when he was drafted #1 by the Orlando Magic. And even though the Magic won the Eastern Conference in 1995, the Rockets swept Orlando. Then last year, so did Chicago. And so the fame was there, but still the respect wasn't.
Acclaim versus respect. You have the acclaim. Do you have the respect yet?
A little bit, but I know that if I just go out and play my game, the respect will come. Of course, when a youngster comes in and does things well, there's jealousy out there. There's guys that he don't respect the older guys. He shouldn't get this award, and I'm just gonna have to pay my dues. To all the critics who hate me, you really shouldn't hate me. And even if you do hate me, and even if you write the worst thing about me, it's not going to affect me or my game because I know what I have to do. And I realize that I'm doing a lot of different things, and I realize that basketball has opened many doors for me. So I know that if I cross over into any other market, then my basketball has to be tight. And I think my numbers speak for themselves, except on the free throw line, but I'm working on that.
Oh yes, this man of steel has his kryptonite. It's at the foul line. He's never even hit 60% of his foul shots. And this year with the Lakers, the woes continued.
You've gotten a little bit better, but still in all, people are going to say, come playoff time, just foul him. Here we go again.
If you can recall, the first year we made the playoffs, we got swept. But the second year when Chicago Bulls started, the Hacker Shack, I hit all my free throws. Mm-hmm. I think I shot a whopping 70% from the line. Mm-hmm. So I know I could do it. My teammates know I can do it. And come playoff time, I'm gonna have to step my game up.
Right now, 24. What's more important to you, winning a Grammy or winning the MVP award?
Winning the NBA title is very, very important to me. My goal is to win a championship and just, play hard.
He's playful, likes to wear disguises, and occasionally takes a pratfall for laughs.
We have a piece of tape of you when the very first time you did wind sprints with the team, and there was a moment where you jumped out onto the court, belly flopped, and everyone had a laugh, but everyone also said he's one of us.
I think I'm the only big man in the NBA who's been, in the stands, who's jumped over chairs, who's, dived on the floor. And, we was doing a drill, followed the leader, and I just ran and slid. And those guys slid. I mean, I think I'm pretty much a likable guy. I play hard. I'm a team player.
Follow the leader? With $17 million a year in endorsements alone, his own clothing line, a multi-layered career, and all that talent, he goes from Disney World to Disneyland without missing a beat. It's Fantasyland for Shaq.
I took the best deal. I took the deal that was best for me. I kind of changed my theory on when he big fish in a little pond. And now I'm in, a pond with other big fish who I could, swim around and mingle with, rather than being the big fish in these small ponds they scrutinize.
When Up Close Primetime continues, Shaq on his nemesis Dennis Rodman. And still to come, the Rockets' Charles Barkley and Hakeem Olajuwon.
Are you going to heaven?
It'll be a close vote. It's going to be a real close vote.
Welcome back to Up Close Primetime. You know, Shaquille O'Neal didn't play in this year's All-Star game because of an injury. He missed last Wednesday night's game as well. But the Chicago Bulls are taking notice with the Shaq attack. The Lakers have the force with him.
To those who know him best, Shaquille O'Neal is a deeply sensitive 24-year-old, easily hurt by critics. There's some speculation, in fact, that one of the reasons for leaving Orlando was a poll that Orlando fans voted on. 91% said Shaquille O'Neal wasn't worth re-signing for $120 million. Some former teammates said he wouldn't be missed.
What would you like people to know about what went down in Orlando? Do you feel welcomed back there, or does it feel hostile to you now?
I'm a professional, and I did everything on the professional level. And I just took the best deal. I realized when I get 28 or 29, I probably won't get the same offers. I got, scrutinized so much, like I was one of those prima donna players that they, always talk about. I did a lot of things for the community.
Sure.
My record, we won 40 games first year, 50, 55, and 60. The team got better every year. But however, I was, scrutinized by certain people in the organization and by the media, like I was one of those, bad players.
Level with me, though. Did it hurt when you read some of the comments that Nick Anderson leveled at you? Honestly.
It didn't hurt. I said what I had to say. He said what he had to say.
And Penny, how are you with Penny?
I called Penny after I signed, and I wish him well. Me and Penny was always cool. People always thought that me and Penny had problems, but I know on any championship caliber team, you have to have that 1-2 punch. Mm-hmm. Magic Johnson, Kareem, Larry Bird, McHale, Hakeem, and Clyde. I know that, so I knew that our 1-2 punch was me and Penny.
There was almost a 1-2 punch when Dennis Rodman pushed Shaq to the limit in a game in Chicago earlier this year.
Did cheap shot you on the court?
Sometimes, but you can't knock the man because he does play hard. I might not agree with some of the things he does off the court, but he's a rebounding fool. What can I say?
He's no fool, but Shaq was going for a rebound last Sunday night when he suffered his first major setback of the 1997 season. A strained knee ligament forced him to miss Wednesday's game with the Bulls, a game that appeared to be a certain defeat. But it wasn't. In fact, with Shaq on the bench, the Lakers did rise to the occasion. The question is, can they do it in June?
Can you beat the Bulls?
I think we can. We know that if we play against those guys, we have to do everything right.
Kobe Bryant. Everybody's talking about this little guy. How much time does he need before he's ready to make a real impact in the NBA?
Kobe Showboat Bryant. I always tell Kobe to, take his time. And,
you should know. I mean, you started 22.
He's come in. He's done some amazing things. He plays well. He plays hard. And I just tell him, go out and, play hard. Play for your family. Take care of your family. Stay out of trouble.
Family is very important to Shaquille O'Neal. He comes from a strong, disciplined one. A devoted mother. A tough, uncompromising stepfather. But one of his sources of inspiration was his beloved grandmother, Odessa, who died on April 2nd last year.
All kids love their grandmothers. I used to get punished by my mom and dad. Odessa was there. My dad would tell me, go in the room. Then he'd leave, because he'd be so upset. Then Odessa come in with some pound cake, ice cream on the side, cookies and milk. She was always there. She was always nice.
When she passed last year, a lot of controversy. Shaq should be playing with the Magic. He shouldn't have been taking so much time off.
We had a game in New Jersey the week before, and she was, real sick, and we went to see her. And the first words she said to me, her last words she said to me was, "Who want to fight me?" So I think that's going to be my next tattoo. In quotations, "Who want to fight me?" Odessa. I will always remember those words.
People don't talk much about your daughter. What has she brought you in your life, Shaq?
She's brought me more responsibility, and I realize that I'm a better father than I am a rapper, than a basketball player. And I know her, as well as my mother, as well as some of my friends, they're going to love me no matter what I accomplish.
You feel a little bit like Superman on the court these days, right now? You're flying high.
I'm a Superman fan. I just want to go out and play well and be consistent. So far our team is in pretty good position. We just have to, develop a killer instinct and just keep it.
How about the Lakers center legacy? Wilt, Kareem. Have you spoken to either of them at any length of time?
I have spoken to them, but they just told me to go out and play hard. The game is different now than it was then. Those guys are great guys, great players, and hopefully I can win a couple championships too.